Welcome to Meditation Now. What if the key to unlocking your deepest potential lies buried in the practices of civilizations long forgotten? For millennia, ancient cultures across the globe have guarded secrets of the mind and spirit, passed down through whispered teachings and sacred rituals. These secrets, often cloaked in mystery, revolve around one transformative practice: meditation. Today, as we peel back the layers of history, we uncover the masterful meditation techniques of ancient cultures, secrets that promise to reshape how we understand ourselves and the world around us. Let's journey into the past to explore these timeless practices and discover how they can still resonate in our fast-paced, modern lives. The Egyptian path, meditation in the shadow of the pyramids. Imagine standing before the towering pyramids of Giza, the sun blazing overhead, as priests in flowing robes chant hymns to the gods. In ancient Egypt, meditation wasn't just a quiet retreat. It was a sacred communion with the divine. The Egyptians believed that the human soul was a fragment of the eternal, and through meditative practices, they sought to align themselves with cosmic forces. Their techniques often involved rhythmic breathing and visualizations of the gods, such as Ra, the sun deity, or Osiris, lord of the afterlife. Priests would sit in darkened temple chambers, focusing their minds on the Ankh, the symbol of life, while inhaling deeply to mimic the ebb and flow of the Nile River. This wasn't mere relaxation. It was a deliberate act of transcendence, designed to bridge the mortal and the divine. Modern practitioners can draw from this by incorporating symbolic imagery and steady breathing into their routines, creating a sense of connection to something greater than themselves. The Egyptians remind us that meditation can be a portal to the infinite, a secret they etched into the sands of time. The Indian mystics, unraveling the depths of yoga and dhyana. What if the secret to inner peace was whispered thousands of years ago on the banks of the Ganges? In ancient India, meditation evolved into a cornerstone of spiritual life, known as dhyana, the seventh limb of yoga. Long before mindfulness apps and yoga studios, sages like Patanjali codified these practices in texts like the Yoga Sutras, revealing a system to quiet the mind and unite with the universal consciousness. Unlike the casual stretching we associate with yoga today, ancient Indian meditation was a rigorous discipline. Practitioners would sit in lotus pose for hours, focusing on a single point, perhaps a flame or their own breath, until the boundaries of self dissolved. The Upanishads describe this as realizing Atman, the individual soul, as one with Brahman, the ultimate reality. Mantras, such as the resonant Om, were chanted to attune the body's vibrations to the cosmos. This wasn't escapism, it was a bold confrontation with existence itself. Today, we can tap into this ancient wisdom by blending focused attention with intentional sound, a practice that cuts through the noise of modern distractions and reveals the stillness beneath. The Taoist way, flowing with the breath of the Tao. Picture a lone sage perched on a misty mountaintop in ancient China, his breath slow and deliberate, mirroring the rhythm of the wind. For the Taoists, meditation was less about achieving and more about being, a secret to living in harmony with the natural order, or the Tao. Emerging around 500 BCE, Taoist meditation emphasized effortless flow, often through a practice called Zhuowang, or sitting in forgetfulness. Practitioners would release all striving, letting thoughts drift like clouds across a vast sky, until they merged with the boundless energy of the universe. Breathwork, known as Qigong, played a key role, with slow, circular inhalations believed to cultivate qi, the life force. Unlike rigid systems, this was fluid and intuitive, reflecting the Taoist view that life's deepest truths can't be forced. They must be felt. Modern seekers can adopt this by letting go of goals during meditation, focusing instead on the natural rise and fall of breath. A subtle yet profound shift that unveils the ease hidden within complexity. The Greek mysteries, contemplation in the oracle's gaze. Could the philosophers of ancient Greece have held a secret to unlocking the mind's potential? In the shadow of the Parthenon, thinkers like Plato and Aristotle didn't just debate. They meditated. Known as theoria, their contemplative practice involved deep reflection on eternal truths, often in solitude or sacred spaces like the Temple of Apollo at Delphi. The oracle's famous command, "Know thyself," wasn't just a riddle. It was an invitation to turn inward. Pythagoras, for instance, taught his followers to sit in silence, pondering mathematical harmony as a mirror of cosmic order. This wasn't passive daydreaming, but an active pursuit of wisdom, where the mind stripped away illusions to reveal reality's core. The Greeks blended reason with intuition, a balance we can emulate by pairing quiet reflection with questions like, "Who am I?" or "What is true?" Their secret lies in this fusion, meditation as both a mental and spiritual quest, illuminating the self in ways we rarely dare to explore. The indigenous whisper, connecting to earth and spirit. What if the earth itself holds the key to unlocking meditation's deepest secrets? Across ancient cultures, from the Aboriginal peoples of Australia to the Native American tribes of the Americas, meditation was a dialogue with nature. For the Aboriginals, the dream time wasn't just mythology. It was a meditative state accessed through song, dance, and stillness, where past, present, and future converged. Sitting beneath a eucalyptus tree, they'd listen to the land's pulse, entering a trance to commune with ancestral spirits. Similarly, Native American vision quests involved days of fasting and solitude in the wilderness, seeking guidance from the Great Spirit through focused awareness. These practices weren't about escaping the world, but rooting into it, using the rhythms of wind, water, and wildlife as anchors for the mind. Today, we can borrow this by meditating outdoors, letting the crunch of leaves or the hum of insects guide us into presence, a secret that grounds us in a way technology never can. The Buddhist revelation, mastering the mind's labyrinth. Imagine the Buddha beneath the Bodhi tree, his breath steady, his mind piercing through layers of illusion. Around 500 BCE, Siddhartha Gautama unveiled a meditation system that would ripple across Asia and beyond, rooted in the Four Noble Truths and the Eightfold Path, known as Vipassana, insight, and Samatha, calm abiding. Buddhist meditation tackled the mind head-on. Practitioners would sit cross-legged, observing thoughts without attachment, watching desires and fears arise and fade like waves. The goal? To see reality as it is, impermanent, interconnected, and free of a fixed self. Monks in ancient monasteries spent years refining this, often in silence, their focus honed by the gong's echo or a teacher's cryptic koan. This wasn't about bliss alone. It was a radical rewiring of perception. We can adopt this by sitting with our thoughts, resisting the urge to judge or flee, a practice that reveals the mind's chaos and its quiet potential beneath the surface. Conclusion: the timeless gift of ancient meditation. Why do these ancient secrets still captivate us? Perhaps because they answer a longing we can't quite name. A hunger for meaning in a world that races too fast. The meditation practices of old weren't relics. They were blueprints, crafted by cultures who understood the human spirit's depths. As we reclaim them, we don't just relax, we awaken. The Egyptians' divine breath, the Indian sages' unity, the Taoist flow, the Greek quest, the indigenous roots, and the Buddhist clarity, they're gifts waiting to be unwrapped. So sit down tonight, close your eyes, and listen. The ancients are speaking. Will you hear them? Their secrets, once hidden, are yours to master, if you dare to begin. If you found this video informative, make sure to subscribe to this channel for more content. Thank you.